Hello everyone, myself Vaibhav Verma and I am currently a part of Lexis and Company as a legal intern. Today I am going to talk about defamation. Let's start the topic with a brief introduction. What is defamation? In general terms, a defamation can be termed as an attack on a person's reputation by a false publication, that is communication to the third party which tends to bring the person into dishonor. In simple terms, we can say that defamation can be a attack on a reputation of a person by alleging some false publication or false fact. Let's say example, a person who talks about B to D that B is a thief, B is a thief who stole 500 rupee, but in real B hasn't stole anything and so, but here A is defame or attack the reputation of B. A is alleging B that he is a thief and attacking his reputation in front of D. Nowadays, a man's reputation is treated as his property, and if a person possesses damage to property, he is liable in the eye of law. Similarly, a person injuring the reputation of a person is also liable under the law. In the eye of law, defamation is defined under section 499 of the Indian Penal Code 1860, and section 500 provides that a person committing an offence under the section 499 is liable with simple imprisonment for a term of 2 years or fine or both. Let's take an example that A, B, C are friends, in which let's say C say something about A and B to D that A and B are so and so type of person, which is directly attacking the reputation of A and B in front of D. This constitute as a crime of defamation. In general terms, say that like किसी की बुराई करना, किसी की इमेज को गिराना हम defamation बोल सकते हैं. Now let's see what are the forms of defamation. मतलब like किस तरीके से हम लोग defamation किया जा सकता है. Number 1 is slander, number 2 is libel. Let's see what is slander. Slander, it is the publication of defamatory statement in transient form, that is defaming a person by way of words or gesture. In previous example, we have seen that A and B, C is talks to D about A and B and defaming A and B by way of words. So this comes under to the slander category for slander type of defamation. As we have seen, it is a defamatory statement in transient form. That means by way of word or gestures. Let's move to the second form, that is libel. Libel, it is the representation made in form of permanent forms, that is defaming a person through a representation made in some permanent form like writing, printing, etc. For an example, a newspaper publishes about D something into its newspaper. It is a libel kind of defamation which is going to be in permanent form and has been read by the many public. Let's talk about English law and Indian law on libel and slander. First, English law. Under English criminal law, libel is treated as crime, but slander is not treated as crime. Instead, slander is only treated as a civil wrong. But Indian law does not make any discrimination between libel and slander, and both are treated as criminal offences under section 499 and 500 of Indian Penal Code 1860. This has been precluded in a case of Bhai Jahangir versus Dhinshaw Dulji, in which the Bombay and Madras High Court held that no distinction needs to be made between treating libel and slander as criminal offences. Let's talk about defamation by innuendo. Now, what is mean by innuendo? Innuendo in simple means indirect hint. Under this, a statement is a prima facie defamatory when its natural and obvious meaning leads to that conclusion. Sometimes it happens that the statement was prima facie innocent, but because of some secondary meaning, it may be considered as to be defamatory. For an example, A tells B that C is under the treatment of Dr. Q. Prima facie, this is not going to be a defamatory statement, as it doesn't attack the reputation of C. But if we add that Dr. Q is widely known as psychiatrist, then it is going to be a defamatory statement. Prima facie, that statement doesn't give any defamatory thing, but latent, the other meaning of the statement stated that she is suffering from psychological disorder. That is why he is going to treat himself under Dr. Q, which is widely known as psychiatrist. So this is going to be a defamatory statement. It is by defamation by innuendo. Let's move further. Defamation of class of persons. When a particular word spoken or referred to a group of individual or a class of person, then no single person of that group or class can sue unless he proves that word could reasonably be considered to referring him. For an example, if a person writes that all doctors are thieves, then no particular doctor could sue him unless there was something that pointed out that the person actually intended to defame him individually. Let's change the situation a bit. Like if a person writes that all doctors of ABC hospitals are thieves, then doctor of ABC hospital can sue him for defaming them. So in general means, if someone is in by word or any way refer to a group of individual or class of person. Let's move further to the topic communication between husband and wife. In the eye of law, husband and wife are considered to be a one person, and communication between them, any of a defamatory matter from husband to the wife or vice versa, is no publication and will not be considered within the purview of section 499. In simple meaning, if wife says something to husband or something regarding husband, it does not come into the purview of section 499 of the Indian Penal Code 1860. Thank you, and stay tuned for part 2 of this video.